no way out for us, you know. We can't go right or left to escape the herds. If this doesn't work, we've had it. Look back there, out the rear window. See that dust cloud?
Looks like a storm coming towards us.
In a way, it is. There must be 100 million animals in full stampede along a 2,000-kilometer-long front, and they average about 2 tons apiece. Do you know what they'll do to this vehicle and us if they overtake us? There won't be enough left of us to burn.
Captain.
Here, Spock. Ready at Station 1.
Very good, Captain. I'm approximately 600 kilometers due north of your position. Dr. McCoy's group is a similar distance north of mine. Can you see the herd?
We can see the dust cloud they're raising.
Good. On my signal, you will activate the sealed tanks on your vehicles and start along the charted course.
Check, Mr. Spock.
Dr. McCoy?
I heard, Spock. We're all set at this end. Jim?
I'm here, Bones.
If this idea of Spock fails, I want his corpse court-martialed.
Appropriate action will be taken, Bones.
How long is he going to wait?
Until he's sure the timing is right.
Timing! Look behind us again. The dust is beginning to blot out the sun. Pretty soon we'll see the front wall of the herd. Do you know how far and how fast a Dranger can run, Captain? If we run out of fuel, or have a mechanical problem, or this crazy idea doesn't work, we've no place to run.
Relax, Henderson. Spock knows what he's doing.
I can make out individual animals now. They'll be on us in another few minutes. Here, you, Commander Spock. What's going on? What are you waiting for?
The correct moment, Mr. Henderson.
Correct moment? Look, in another couple of minutes, we're all going to be a smear on the landscape. If you don't...
Very well. Captain, Dr. McCoy, you may open the valves on your tanks.
Check, Spock.
You can smell it even in here. What's in that canister anyway?
Spock discovered that Dranzers have very poor eyesight. The herd leaders produce a musky odor which the others follow. He had Dr. McCoy mix up a batch of synthetic Dranzer musk, only concentrated several 100,000 times. To the animals leading the herd, we must smell like the most authoritative Dranzer that ever lived. The same smell is being released by Mr. Spock's and Dr. McCoy's group of vehicles, along the whole front of the herd. You have our course plotted?
Yes, yes.
Then let's get moving.
With pleasure.
Captain.
It's working, Spock. They're turning slightly. Yes, they're following us.
Here also, Captain.
And up here. Good work, Spock.
We are not secure yet, gentlemen.
Captain, we can't keep this up forever. We've been running at this speed for nearly a whole day. Even with the extra fuel tanks I had installed, we can't continue at this speed much longer. We've covered so much territory already in this dust that... Hey, what's that up ahead?
Henderson, leave that wheel alone. What are you doing?
Don't you see? We're headed right into them again. They're behind us too. We're trapped. Don't you see? We're trapped.
Get a hold of yourself, Henderson. That's not another herd. That's the back end of the herd following us.
Back in? Following us?
Captain, all vehicles stand by to execute final maneuver.
Ready, Spock.
Ready.
I don't understand, Captain.
Look behind us now.
It's the herd, but they're passing behind us. They're not following anymore.
That's right, Henderson. Spock knew we couldn't kill the Dranzers off, so the stampede had to take place. But nothing said it had to follow the same old paths. Check our course. See, we've led the herds in a full circle. Our scent tanks are empty, and now the animals in the front of the herd are following the scent of those at the back of the same herd. They should keep running in a circle like a dog chasing its own tail until they run themselves out. The threat to your crops is over. Next year, the normal number of surviving Dranzers will keep the high grass from going down into the plains.
Control Group 3 to Group 2. Group 3 calling Group 2.
Group 2 here. Is that you, Landowner Henderson?
Mr. Spock, please accept my personal apology, along with the thanks of every farmer on Ribble 2. You've solved our problem, now and for the future.
You're welcome, Mr. Henderson. But there is a penalty.
Penalty?
One cannot alter nature without reaping consequences. The millions of dead Dranzers which used to scatter across the great plains of this continent will not lie in your fields this year. Their bodies used to fertilize the ground. Now, you must move the corpses to your fields or import artificial fertilizers if you expect your fields to keep producing good grain in the future.
But, Mr. Spock, that means moving 100 million Dranzer bodies.
A considerable task. Group 2 out.
200 million tons. Captain, do you think that Starfleet would...
I'm sorry. Starfleet has saved your crops for you, but even Starfleet can only do so much. You're going to have to learn to help yourselves a little, too. Now, I suggest you get in touch with the rest of your neighbors and fellow farmers. The sooner you begin moving those bodies behind us, the better. Because if all those bodies begin to decompose in one place, and if the wind changes, you're going to have a very good grain crop, but an awfully smelly year.